Hey guys, it is me, Endless Ocean 591, and welcome to another episode of Mary B. Draws. I really enjoyed making the last episode, and I wanted to crank out another video before I went to bed tonight. Anyway, today's episode will be Tris Pryor from the Divergent series. I really enjoyed it, and I think you would too. You should go out and buy it. Anyway, so as you can see, I start it as I do normally. That's Tris, as you can see. I'm showing you. Anyway, as you can see, I drew it traditionally, like always. And I have scanned it, and now I'm going to be doing the line art. Now, the Divergent series is really fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It is about a girl named Tris Pryor, and in her world, it's sort of like a dystopian future, so if you like the Hunger Games, you might be into this, where the people, basically, it's kind of a Hogwarts ripoff, where there are basically four groups of people. There are let me see if I remember, there are the Amity, there are the Erudite, I don't know, the Erudite, the Candor, the Linkin Park, the Abnegation, and the Dauntless. Now, each group of people has different traits that they use to keep the society running, basically, where so it functions sort of how it looks like the perfect society, but we find out it's not the perfect society, and I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm doing the line art of Tris here, and I drew her post haircut at the start of the series. She is, I guess this is kind of a spoiler alert, but at the start of the series she has longer blonde hair, but towards in the second book she cuts her hair because she has issues. Anyway, so moving on. I don't have a lot to talk about while I'm doing these line arts. Anyway, but so I start to look at it and I'm like, hey, I don't like the size of her head. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scale down her head. So I scrape out the rest of the lines and I select the area, and I kind of have issues with this because, like I said, I am a noob at GIMP or GIMP or whatever we're going to call it. We're going to call it GIMP from now on, okay? Let's just make that a deal. So I have issues sometimes because I can't get rid of that little box that is around the area I've selected sometimes. And it really frustrates me because it's really irritating. So I finally figure it out, and I struggle a little bit again. That's starting to be a thing in these videos. I struggle a little bit, but in the end, it gets all down to scale, and I end up liking it. There we go, that's good. So I erase the back of it, and I love the Avril Lavigne station on Pandora. It just has such a good mix of music. Avril is such a good, she's got rock and she's got pop, so you get a little bit of both of those genres, and it makes for a beautiful time. Anyway, so here we go. We're getting her arms and her t-shirt. She is a dauntless. That's a spoiler. Anyway, she starts out, she is abnegation, which is sort of like they're the very humble people who care about others. So they do typically the politics, abnegation. And when you turn 16, you get to choose which sort of group of people, what's it called? Faction. That's what they're called. Faction. You get to choose which faction you want to be part of, which people usually stay with their original faction, which is where their family is from, because if they leave, they can't have any contact with their families anymore. And Tris makes the decision that she does not want to be an abnegation for the rest of her life. She wants to be a dauntless. So this is where I look up the dauntless symbol. That's the dauntless symbol. You can see some Divergent stuff. I just look it up. Her tattoo on her arm is supposed to be the dauntless symbol, but it's kind of bad. But so I start with the background. I make it sort of a golden brown color. I don't know why I chose that. I started doing that because I thought I could have like little starbursts around, but I ended up not going with that. I ended up having like a little halo around Tris, and that looks really cool in itself. I really like that. I go back to my little web page. I like a song. And we're going to start with the coloring in a second. We're going to start with the coloring of the hair, and I start off, of course, the blonde that I start off with is a little too bright for what I want to do. So I look at it and I end up going for a more dirty blonde. See, blonde is a very diverse color, I should know. I'm more of a dirty blonde. That'd kind of be my color. This actually kind of looks like me, this picture. I don't know, not really. My hair is longer. My hair's shoulder length. But, kind of shoulder length. I'm playing with it right now because it's kind of soft. And I like my hair. My hair is so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyway, so we're shading. We're doing the shading on her hair. We're making it look all fantastic. I still don't consider myself very good at shading, but I do think I have gotten significantly better over the past few months because I have been practicing, and practice makes perfect, as you guys all know. Probably know. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't work for what you have. Maybe you just get it. Maybe you're all just a bunch of spoiled rich kids who watch my videos all day instead of actually working to help society. Anyway, I paused the music right there because my mom walks in to talk to me because I just got back from a movie with a bunch of friends. We saw The Princess Bride. They were showing it at our local whatever. So my mom talked to me and then she left and I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep coloring. So I keep coloring and you can see Trish's tattoo on her, sort of towards her, wait, if I'm facing that way, I'm literally turning around, on her left shoulder, kind of, I don't know, you see the birds, that's her, she gets that tattoo, like, right after she joins, the Dauntless to remind her of her family. I'm spoiling the entire book, but I've stayed away from all the good parts. You should get the book. You should seriously get the book. Go out, support the author. It's an amazing author. Good for Hunger Games fans. I already said that. Anyway, so we're moving on to the shading of the face. Shading the face. I didn't give Triss any pink in her cheeks like I did with Annabeth, because Triss is like stone cold hardcore, kicking behind and stuff. Yeah, and another Twilight song, of course, but I keep it because it's Christina Perri, you know. Christina Perri loves to Instagram stuff. I follow Christina Perri on Instagram, and she just Instagrams everything. So I start off, it is, I think, supposed to be black, but I ended up going for, like, a dark gray. I don't know why I did that, but I don't know. Dark gray is just as slimming as black. Don't believe what they tell you. Don't worry, Triss, you're going to look fantastic. You're going to look beautiful. You're going to look fabulous. Gonna look amazing. Anyway, so I keep coloring that. I use the little bucket tool, which I sometimes use, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget it exists. And I just color something in for no reason. And then I was about to say I go shade the eyes, but I don't go shade the eyes. I just lied to you. Wow, it looks really weird when it does that. Anyway, so now I'm going to do the eyes, and I'm pretty sure Triss has blue eyes. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm fairly sure she has blue eyes. So I pick a sort of royal blue cover. I cover it in royal blue. So I do the shading for the eyes. Oh my gosh, I love coloring eyes so much. It's so fun and it's so pretty and I love it. And I add some sort of white to make it look like there's sort of a gleam in her eye. I zoom out. I look at my Avril Lavigne, and I sort of fix the eyebrow, because I forgot to color the eyebrow. I always forget to color something when I color for you guys. We're going to have to fix that. Anyway, so now it looks pretty dang good. So I get a darker pen, get a darker color, and I write Triss Pryor Divergent, and then I save it, and I'm done, and I like it. I really liked how it looks. I'm very proud of it. And here I write bye. This isn't going to be part of the actual image because, you know, bye and love heart because I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to comment. I always want to say rate, but I keep forgetting we don't do that anymore on YouTube. Anyway, so we're going to end this video here. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to favorite and like if you enjoyed the video so I know to make more. If you have any requests for any characters to draw, maybe a book character, a movie character, or anything. I don't know. So that's about it for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, bye.